corruption investigations. Quote, about 30 minutes before this brief, I triggered processes for the issuance of an Interpol red notice for the location and provisional arrest of Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta in whichever jurisdiction, pending extradition or his surrender. End quote, the special prosecutor revealed. In addition, the embattled former minister has also been reinstated on the OSP's list of wanted persons and officially declared a fugitive from justice. Mr. Ofori-Atta is under investigation for alleged corruption-related offenses during his tenure as finance minister. So that's what the OSP says. That's the latest on this matter, having issued or triggered processes for the issuance of a red notice, Interpol red notice, for the possible arrest and extradition of the former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta. Let's say good morning to Larry Dogbe, editor of the Herald newspaper. Larry, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
Thank
All
you.
right, and then let's get straight into the conversations. Honorable Sukparu, I'll start with you. Does the OSP necessarily need Ken Ofori-Atta in person to go ahead? This back and forth appear before us. I am unable to travel, unable to come, has been going on for a while. If my memory serves me right, since January this year. The man has still not shown up. The OSP has triggered processes for his possible arrest by Interpol and extradition. But the OSP has also gone ahead to tell us that he's going to start court processes and try the man whether in person or in absentia. So does he need the physical presence of Mr. Ofori-Atta to go ahead with his work?
Okay, so thank you very much, my brother. And let me use your platform to say good morning to your Charis viewers this morning, most especially the good people of Sisala West. Yes, with this issue, my brother, we're talking about fighting corruption in our country. And I think that this is an institution that was established to help the already existing institutions to enable us as a country to be able to, fight corruption, which is a greatest enemy to our progress in this country. And so I think the Office of the Special Prosecutor, particularly in this case, the man has been very proactive, and to me, he's doing what he's supposed to do as an institution that is supposed to fight corruption. What is he saying? He has invited somebody who was once, occupied an office, a public office, and there are allegations raised about, against the said individual. And so what he's supposed to do is to invite him to interrogate the person so that he will be able to establish whether or not the person, those allegations raised against him, there are cases that, amounting to he proceeding to the court to prosecute him. And so if he invited you on several occasions and every day you keep giving excuses, like you rightly said, this thing started way back in January, February, March. I think March, when his own lawyers wrote to him that in March he was going to undergo a surgery. And so they said that the man would make himself available on June 2nd. Yesterday was June 2nd. And so he was nowhere to be found. Now people are suggesting, his lawyer is suggesting that he should do a virtual. Please, we should be a serious people in this country. Nobody is above the law, especially that we are talking about causing financial loss to the state. Who is Ken Ofori-Atta? Excuse my language. A former president. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was petitioned. And same office, the man, I'm talking about the president, the vice president, the then former president made himself available and he stood on his ground for whatever investigations that they were carrying against him. The Airbus scandal. He made himself available. Even the former president. We're talking about the former president. And who is a former finance minister? You see, that is what we used to say. The former president, excuse my language, His Excellency, the former president, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, has pampered Ken Ofori-Atta to the extent that he has become like a spoiled child.
You think so?
Yes, that is my thinking about it. So he thinks that when you mention Ghana, he thinks Ghana belongs to Nana Addo. So he has forgotten that Nana Addo is no longer in the realms of affairs.
In this case, Nana Addo is no longer
exactly. So to him, he still feel because he was pampered. It was actually one of the appointees that was pampered. He was doing whatever he wanted.
You don't believe that the man is indeed not well?
No. It is not by somebody. So how can excuse my language? You have been, so for instance, I sit here. If I commit a crime and then the security agencies are after me, I should say that I am sick. Therefore, whatever they want from me, they should call me either on WhatsApp or it should be a Zoom meeting. What are we talking about? So what is the essence of the, I mean, we as a country signing into the treaty of the, how do you got the Interpol thing that we're talking about? So does it mean that tomorrow, if I get up in this country and harm you, because my constituency share borders with Burkina Faso, the next day, as you just move 5 minutes, I'm in Burkina Faso, sitting there. When Ghana sent for me, I send a message that I am treating a particular disease in Burkina Faso. Therefore, if anything, if they need any investigation from me, they can have me online. It doesn't speak well about us. I mean, and for me, that's what I said, that he is a pampered child by Nana Akufo-Addo, and so he thinks that he's still in the we are still in the affairs of Nana Addo. He has forgotten that that era has passed. And so we are now in a serious country led by a serious person who really think about the country. And so for me, I support the call for the special prosecutor. They should activate all the means that they can to extract it, to make sure that he's brought back from wherever he is to this country.
Irrespective of his health condition.
What is irrespective? Is there any medical doctor that has written to him first? When they wrote to him, it was not the special prosecutor who told them that he wants him on 2nd June. They themselves wrote to special prosecutor that he will make himself available on 2nd June. 2nd June, you are proposing that the man is still indisposed and that they should have him on virtual. What are we talking about? What kind of precedent are we setting? So are you therefore telling me that any other person who occupies a public office can also misappropriate public funds, and the next day the person is in La Côte d'Ivoire also telling you that he's also treating headache, so he can't come to Ghana. So if you want anything, you can have him virtual. It is wrong. And so for me,
but is that an option?
That should not even be an option.
The former mass log boss was tried and convicted in
exactly in absentia. So what that means is that anytime she steps her foot in this country, she will be arrested and they will send her straight to Insawe. Is that not the case? In her case,
can we do same?
Please, in her case, there was an investigation that was conducted. A case was established. They proceeded to court. Court charged her. She was granted bail, and then she absconded. It is different from this. In his case, Ken Ofori-Atta's case, we have not even started the investigation, let alone establishing the case against her. And so, how do you even proceed to court?
Very well.
Do you understand? So, first of all, just like the Untouchable case, if there are allegations against you, the law says that you should first of all be investigated, and based on the investigation, you can be detained for somebody to come and bail you. Then they have you taking your statement, and then they go ahead with the investigation. If they are able to establish a case, then they proceed to court. Is that not the case? I'm not a lawyer, but we all know this is the basic, procedure. And so, in the case of Ken Ofori-Atta, you and I know the man even left this country before the voting. He knew all the things he did, and certainly he knew once his government was leaving power, he would be held accountable to all the mess he caused. And so he decided to just relocate to stay in the United States of America so that he can have time to spend all the monies that he allegedly stolen from the government. And so for me, I support what the special prosecutor is doing. He should activate all the means, whatever he can, to make sure that the man is brought back. Look, when that happens, it is going to serve a certain notice to any other public official that you can never run away. No matter the crime, you can never hide. Wherever you go, we as a country, we can bring you back to this country and make sure that you are investigated. We make sure that we prosecute you. If the court says that you are found guilty, you should be jailed, we'll jail you.
Very well.
You understand?
Well.
And so for me, I support that. Whatever we have to do to ensure that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta is brought back to this country and investigated, we should do that. And so I support special prosecutor.
Honorable Kisi, do you think